To begin the segmentation process, first select the data you wish to work with. Navigate to the Select Data option and choose the appropriate folder. In this instance, we select the Data folder. Once the data is loaded, proceed to the Annotation method panel and select Segmentation. Next, we need to add the labels for the objects we intend to draw. For this dataset, we are working with cats and dogs. Therefore, we will add a label named Cat and subsequently a label named Dog. To begin labeling, open the image viewer. You can access it by clicking on an image and pressing Enter, or by simply double-clicking the image. To exit the image viewer, press Escape. When labeling, first select the desired label, in this case, Cat. You will see a cursor indicating where you will draw. The size of this cursor can be adjusted using the scroll wheel or by manually moving the slider in the image viewer controls. Press and hold the left mouse button to draw and use the right mouse button to erase. For precise drawing, it is often recommended to start by outlining the object. To create straight lines, hold down the Alt key while clicking. Once you have roughly outlined the object, hold down the Alt key. As you move the mouse over the contour you are working on, it will be highlighted. Then, press Ctrl+F to fill the segmented area. Alternatively, you can hold Alt, right-click the figure, and select Fill from the context menu. You can then continue to refine the mask. When you are satisfied with the coverage, you can move to the next object. A useful technique is to employ the Auto-Fit feature. Right-click and select Auto-Fit, or use the shortcut Alt+S. This will automatically adjust the mask to better fit the object, helping to capture the final edges. For even greater detail, you can zoom in by holding Ctrl and using the scroll wheel. This allows for precise adjustments. To advance to the next image, use the arrow keys. The process continues. A more efficient method involves first roughly outlining the entire cat with a larger cursor, following its contours. It is beneficial to invest time in being precise, as higher quality annotations lead to better performing models. After outlining, use Fill and then Alt+S for Auto-Fit. In this example, the mask extended beyond the desired area. In such cases, Ctrl+Z can be used to undo the last action. For more advanced corrections, right-click and erase the areas that should not be included, effectively telling the tool that the cat is not present in those regions. Reapplying the fill and auto-fit will then yield a more accurate mask. If there are still minor inaccuracies, such as at the bottom, you can continue to erase those sections manually. If you have multiple contours, for example, if there was also a bowl, you can highlight and delete individual contours by holding Alt and clicking. To clear the entire mask, press Clear Mask or Alt+D when outside any specific contour. After clearing the mask, you can redraw it. Continue this process for all cats you wish to mark until you encounter the next object type. In this case, it is a dog. Therefore, we switch the active object to dog. The process remains the same. Quickly mark as much of the object as possible, for instance, by roughly drawing around it. Use Ctrl+F to fill and Ctrl+S to auto-fit, and afterwards we manually draw the final details, and then manually delete any areas that should not be included. You can also hold H to hide the mask or click Hide Annotation. In the Image Explorer, you can now see the annotated images with their masks. The green masks represent dogs, and the red masks represent cats. After segmenting various images, you can now begin to utilize the advanced sorting options. This allows you to sort by what has been segmented as a cat or a dog, or even what has not yet been segmented. It is also possible to sort by mask size, if that is of interest to you. A final remark regarding the quality of your annotations and how precise you should be. This depends largely on the size of the images and the objects you are working with. If you are annotating very small objects, the impact of being imprecise is significantly greater. In such cases, a small error in drawing will result in a much larger percentage error in the overall mask. Conversely, if you are working with objects that cover a large number of pixels, minor inaccuracies here and there will still result in a slightly poorer annotation. but the overall impact will be much less significant because you are still capturing the general shape of the object. A good rule of thumb when segmenting is to ensure your mask is accurate within to plus minus 10% of the object you are segmenting.